Okay, so we've seen like creating a variable here, right? So this is built into the script here. What if we could, what if the variable is changing all the time? And then we have one script here. Then we change the variable or input the variable whenever we want. Right here we are just making up the variable elephant, right? What if we want a variable when we are putting it later on? So let's take a look. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna copy. So far you guys are getting the concept, right? How this scripting is working?
Yeah, it's a lot easier than say
Yeah,
PHP and other things.
I get it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna show you all these scripts here, and these are like the basic ever scripts you will ever need. And using them, you could build up very complex script. So let me go over this again. For a file to be able to run a script, you have to declare this. It's called shebang. This much part is called shebang. Okay. Uh, oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, this is shebang, and then you must declare this. Okay, and then when you have a hash, it is makes the line unreadable, also known as comment out. Okay, and then for the script to be working, the permission should be 755. And then for you to run the script, you have to type the period and a slash, then the script name from wherever you're running. And you could give the absolute path in here too. It could be like root, home, and then you could run it from there too. But you get the idea, you know, so how this would be working. And then to run the command line in the script, if you're using with the echo sentence, if you're using a command, if you're using in the middle of a sentence or something, if it's not starting right from the start of a line, you have to use this backtick. All right, good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is command line password. Then I'm gonna do password, and then this one is already there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say um, user equals $1 and password equal $2. And then all goes like echo the username is, then I will go like $user, and password is dollar. Okay, and then I'm going to close this. This is very, very simple. So let me just run this, and then I type pass var, and then user is Zafar, and the password is pass1234. Okay, now do you see you have this in here? It says the username is Zafar and the password is pass123. We pass this in here into the line here. So how is this being captured? How is this being captured? So whenever we have this $1, that means this is being expected from the command line. And then you could have $1 to all the way to the numerical numbers. Okay, so what you could do is you could just type this Zafar, and then if you don't pass the second one, it's not gonna collect anything on the second line here. And then if you're gonna pass like three responses, so all it's gonna do is it's gonna capture the first one and then replace it here, and then it's gonna capture the second one and it's gonna replace it here. Okay, so this sounds really simple and ridiculous, but when you are building some bigger script, then it will be useful. For example, if you have a server name and you write a simple script like this, cat let me show you how we can use this pass uh, script. So let me copy cp to ping 1. Okay, so we're going to, and then we say, okay, the user is, instead of user, you type in the server name. Okay, and then here you comment this out, and then you could do comment this out, and then you could type ping and then $server. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, did you get it? What happened? So what you could do is, I believe you could have like two things in here. Okay, and then let's delete this. And then let me see here. I may be able to put this over here, the second line. No. Server 1. And then 2 is server 2. Okay, it pinged it pinged it pinged Google. That's the first command it went through, and then it pinged Yahoo right here. Okay, right here it pinged Google, and this is what the response is from Google. And then it we interrupted this. I used Control C to stop that one. and then it went on to the second line, and then it pinged Yahoo, and then this is what the output was. So with the simple scripts, if you have like a 10 servers which are causing you problem, what you could do is like you could just put it in here, right? You could put it in here, and then you could put in 10 more lines in here, and then you could do that. The reason you're doing this here is if you type in Yahoo in here, then this will be restricted only to Yahoo, but you're using this format here so that when you are really using this command, you could replace it with anything you want. Okay, so it's pinging that. Now interrupt. Now it's pinging the another website here. Okay, did you get the idea? Any questions? So these are all the basic basic commands you would ever need for you to be able to use this. So let me go ahead and put this in here. VI. This is how you're going to run this, okay? Okay, this is how you're going to run this. Okay, and let's move on to the if, then, and else statement. Okay, let me go ahead and look at the if statement first. Okay, let's see here. Lecture. Okay, one other thing you could do is, so when you do like simple ls, you couldn't tell if this is a script file or if this is a regular file, right? For what you could do is, going forward, you could just type Okay, you could type the file extension .sh. Okay, when you type the file extension .sh, is nothing but just telling yourself that this is a script file. So you could do that too. So when you type ls and then you have all these lines in here and then you could see .sh, that means this is one of the script file here. But this is also a script file, but you couldn't tell if this is a script file or not, right? But what you could do is you could just type .sh for your sake, that so that you would know that this is a scripting file. Okay, so let me copy this line here. Okay, we're gonna use the simple statement, if statement. Okay, what will happen is, if statement is nothing but if something is true and something is being validated, then it will give you the output. Okay, so let's see how is that going to work. Okay, so let me see ls, and I created this file here. So vi, and so I'm going to put it in here. This is a simple if statement. Okay, so let's type up something here. Echo guess the secret number. Okay, and I'm gonna make it nice. Echo echo, and then I'm gonna, it's just a blank line. Okay, and then I'll say here echo enter a number between 1 and 5. Okay, so what we're doing is we're playing a game here that says guess a secret number. Then we are asking the user to enter a number between 1 and 5. And then how are we gonna tell the user to put the number in? What command is gonna tell the user to put the number in? Okay, so we would go up all the way up here. In here I explained to you that a read command, a read command, what a read command does is it will prompt the user to put in something. Read command is you're asking a user to input their data. So I'm going to declare read. Okay, you have to type this exactly. This read is built in. If you type capital R, it's not going to work. If you misspell it, it's not going to work. And then we could name the variable anything. Okay, we could name the variable elephant. Okay, and then we are opening the if statement. If, then I'm gonna open the square bracket. If dollar elephant is equal to, okay, 3 is equal to 3, then, okay, then is a built-in. It goes only with the if statements. Then echo you guessed the correct number. Okay, so when the user is gonna, we'll tell the user to put in anything between 1 and 5, and he's gonna go put in 1, then it's not gonna work. But whenever he's gonna put 3, then it's gonna display this message that says you guess the correct number. So this is a if is like an opening bracket, and then the closing bracket for if statement is fi, backwards of if. Okay, now there is a problem here. Over here, this is a simple English that script is now going to understand that is equal to. Okay, now remember one time I have showed you what is the equal, greater than, less than signs are. Okay, so if you go into a course, in here, okay, in here, we have here what equal, the arithmetic operations, that's what it's called. So what we could do is we could copy this. Let me open a new tab here. Okay, so I've showed you earlier that E hyphen EQ is equal to, equals, and hyphen any is not equal to, and you could use any or you could use this too. Okay, so in here we are using equal to, right? So how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? We're gonna, instead of typing equal to, what we're gonna do is hyphen EQ. So So here's the formula here. If, and this is how you declare the formula. If elephant, what is elephant? Whenever the user is going to put the input in there, it will capture that input, and when it will bring it in here, and if it says, if elephant matches number 3, then it will display this message here. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay, let me save and exit, and then I'm going to type simple if. Okay, guess the secret number. Now enter a number between 1 and 5. Okay, I'm going to push number 3, and it says you guess the correct number here. Okay, let's see if I type the wrong number. I'm going to put number 1, and it's not going to give any it's not going to give any response. But I could add response here. That's part of another statement here. So I'm not going to go deep in there, but I'm going to demo you that we use EQ, right? And then we can use double equal sign to make it equal to. So let's take a look here. Instead of that, instead of EQ, what you could do is you could also use equal equal. All right, let's see if it's going to work. And then I'm going to type number 3, and it did work. I'm going to run it again. I'm going to type number 5, and it didn't work because it didn't give you the output. Okay, does it make sense here? Always, you don't have to memorize this, you just have to look this up. So uh, you just type bash. You could come back and refer to this, or you could just put this in Google. You could just type bash arithmetic operations, then all this will come up. Okay, and then these are also there. So once we're done with this scripting here, keep this script file with you closely, and then download it and keep it safe that you could get to it when you're working, and then you could start working on it and then write a simple script. Okay, so let me just copy this in here. All right, is this clear? Any questions so far?
Yeah, I had a question. So, if you wanted to expand on that a little bit and make it even more specific, so that it gives you a output of, like, if you guess any other number besides 3, then you could use NE for is equal to all any of the other numbers, like 1, uh,
Yeah,
2,
yep,
4, 5.
yep. You could do that exactly whatever you want, and
And then you could put incorrect, or this you guessed incorrectly, or something like
yeah, definitely you could definitely do that. So
that. Okay.
that will lead to a next topic, that which is if then else. Okay, so far it's only a if statement. If this is correct, then this is it. If this is wrong, this is it. But the next one is if then else statement. Okay,
Zafar, this one you explained before the previous, like,
what?
correct? We had it when you talk about the scripting before, I mean.
Yeah, we did little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to started on scripting long time ago. Then I showed a little bit. Then I said I'm going to cover nothing but script for like few weeks. So this is what I'm doing. This is going to be yesterday and today, and then until I'm done with the scripting, we are working nothing but scripts.
Okay.
Okay, so but I'm going to give you all the scripts that you would ever need, and you just have to use all the scripts and reference it and manipulate it and start writing your own script. Okay, for you to start, I put it all them in the top here. These are like essentials for you to think when you start writing a script here, okay? Read through this and you will know. Okay, so now let's take a look at the if then else statement, okay? Let's see how's that going to work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm explaining it here. This is if then else statement. Okay, and then let's see here, you could type echo, enter a number between 1 and 3, and you're telling the user to enter a number. So what are you going to do if you want somebody to input their input? So you just tell them to read something. So they need to enter data. So I'm going to call this a variable data, okay? And then you open the if statement. If, then you use the square brackets, and then you go like this. If dollar data hyphen equal to 1, okay? If dollar data equal to 1, then what you have to do is you have to use the then statement. Then echo you entered 1. Okay, this part is dumb here. I mean, you could put anything in want. When this argument is satisfied, then what you could do is uh, okay, let's see here if I really need to put this code. I'm going to run this without quotes here and then see so that it matches in here, okay? But remember, this is a little bit getting complex here. So what we are doing here is we have three things here. We have if, then, else. Over here, we have only if and then. That's it. We didn't have else. So since we have else here, then we start to have using this colon, semicolon here, okay? And then the else statement starts with if you have more than one else. If there is only one else, then what you could do is if there is only two numbers involved, 1 and 2, if this is 1, echo 1. If not, then echo 2. But since we have three numbers here, the first else is going to be elif. ELIF. Remember this. This is a combination of else and if. We are combining else and if to make it elif, okay? All right. So the second command would be elif, then dollar data equal to 2, then echo. Can somebody tell me what should I type in here? You entered 2. That's it. Okay. Then what will happen here is then you could do another elif again. Elif, if the data is 3, then echo, you entered 3. Okay, and then you must have else here. Else, if none of the items are satisfying your um, if none of them are satisfying if, then what you have to do is you have to end with else. Okay, echo, echo, you didn't follow or you didn't enter the number between 1 and 3. So what is going to happen is when we run the script, it will run this and it will display this. Then it will stop right here and it will ask you to put something in there. Okay, it will ask you to put a number between 1 and 3 because we have defined in here that if if somebody put in 1 here, then it will display you entered 1. If somebody display 2 here, then you have defined in here that it will display you entered 2. Similarly with 3. If they entered something else, if they didn't enter 1, 2, or 3, then it will display you didn't enter the number between 1 and 3. Or you could do whatever you want in here. This doesn't define the script. Okay, let's do this. And hit enter. So enter a number between 1 and 3. I'm going to type 2. Okay, all right, so it says the syntax. So the syntax is changing a little bit in here because there is you're doing if then else statement. Okay, give me 1 second here. It says line 10. Line 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is in 10? Echo, you enter 2. So what's happening here is it's not reading it. So what you have to do is you have to put in quotes. These are some of the formats. You just have to remember this. There is no way around this, okay? Because this is how the shell scripting is defined. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, unexpected end of file.
Zafar, the dollar sign, you have to put it in the read data, I believe. Go up, up. The first, yeah, here. Read dollar sign. That.
Read what?
You have to put dollar sign before data, I believe.
No, not here. 81, 2, 3, 4.
You're
If
missing a quote in between where it says you entered 2. Uh, it only has one quote.
right here,
Yeah,
where?
right, right where you're at right now. See, every other number has a quote on both sides. This one only has on one side.
No, this is the echo statement, but this
Eco,
one,
لا
this
ده
one does
eco
have both.
ده eco file
Oh,
ماشي.
okay, okay. Yeah, never mind. I see.
Okay, let's see here. If dollar data equals 1, then you entered 1. Okay, all this looks good to me.
I don't know. I have just like that. After read the fourth, yeah, you have to put $sign. Yep.
Here,
Yeah. Did you try?
you want to try with the dollar sign? Let's try
Yeah.
it. So it's saying number last line. Last line. Oh, right here. See, this is confusing it. Okay, what is happening here is the quote. You got to remember, I think I have told you one time here. If you're using a single quote and double quote are the same thing. But if you can't use those in combination here. Okay, so what will happen here is it's thinking like a new quote is the new quote is starting here, so it want the ending quote too. Okay, so it should work now. If then else line 20. Line 20, where is line 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing in here. Line 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe this is causing it? I don't think so. Syntax unexpected under file. Echo, enter. Okay, yeah, this one. Now, if dollar data equals 1, then you entered 1. Elif dollar data equal 2. Let me remove this and see what happens. You entered 3.
Yeah, I believe now it will work because it will work now.
What is the problem?
Zafar, with else you have to put then. I mean, when you put else then, correct?
Oh man, this is the stupidest thing ever. Let me. Okay, all looks good here. I just figured this out on my own right here. I just told you that the statement should end with fi. Okay, this one, the statement is opening and it should close with this, and then this is the middle of the statements. Okay, so let's see. I'll be surprised if it doesn't work here. There you go. See, this is how you develop your troubleshooting skills. Okay, I'm not physically writing the scripts every day because I have bunch of scripts written and I'm just changing it a little bit and running it. So these are the small things that you will definitely run into, and it will waste your time like a day or two. That's okay because that's how you're gonna learn.
Yeah, the closing very important.
Yeah, that's what the thing is in the scripting. A little comma or the asterisk or a little stupidest thing is gonna cause a lot of problem later on. So you have to keep testing it, keep running it, keep testing it, keep running it. That way you will be all good. And then the more you do it, the better is gonna the better your scripting skills will be. Okay, so you could go in here and then you could put in as many if statements as possible. But the important thing is you have to use else at least once, and then you have to use the closing statement fi. This is the opening statement, this is the closing statement, and then this is what it looks like. Okay.
Actually, elif elif a new thing.
Mhm.
I mean the code elif, it's a new thing. Last time we didn't give us.
Yeah, yeah. Elif is a combination of else and if. Okay, over here, if there is only if statement, we are using if then that's it. But we are using if then else. So we are using one, two, three. You could use many then statement, and then when it's using else, so this is called if then else.
Because you have three correct
Else, yeah.
answer.
Oh yeah, you could definitely copy this many times and then keep adding this answer in here. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Any questions? Okay. Uh, let's see here. Next topic I have is a loop. We're gonna loop through. What we could do is we could loop through. Um, we could create a loop file, and then we could loop through it. Okay, I'll show you how that works. This is a loop demo statement. So what I'm going to do is we just can't, we could do a lot of things with this here. So one of the example is going to be, this is going to be echo, and then we are going to read through all the scripts in this directory. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare, we're going to create something like an alias here. Let's see here. Did we? Okay, here's the, over here we declared an alias, but over here we declared a variable which is tied to a command. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. Okay, and then we're going to declare it all the scripts. Normally what you should do is, if you're declaring a variable, so that you know, you just put it in caps, all scripts. And what is the command for, okay. Okay, what is the command to see all the scripts in this file? What is the command I want to see what's the content of this file. What do I do? Folder, I'm sorry.
You cat it?
No, before carrying it, I just want to see what's in this folder right now.
ls.
Yeah, ls.
ls, right? Yeah, good old simple ls. So ls is nothing but a command. Okay, so let's go in here. So I'm going to assign the command in here. Okay, ls. So I'm going to use backtick ls, and then I'm going to read what's in this folder here. So what I'm going to do is just do ls. Okay, so now what's going to happen is this is a for statement. Actually, this is called a for statement. Let's see here. For loop statement. This is a for loop. Okay, so what we're doing this, we are doing ls into this folder here. We're doing ls, and then whatever the result of that ls, okay, we're gonna write a script here for x in. This is how the for statement starts in. For, you could say x in, or you could say anything in here. So let's try it with x in here. I'm going to explain that a little later, okay? And then we are doing ls, right? What are we defining ls here? Which one is ls? In this script here, we are doing ls, right? What is it defined as ls? What is it defined as ls here?
All scripts.
Exactly. That's what I want to know. For ls in all scripts, okay, All right, do you see what's happening here? For x, x could be anything. For x, which is, it will take x will take the value of ls. So ls will bring many values. So each time x will replace itself with that value. Okay, and then you have to type this semicolon, and then you have to do this statement. Do is doing this, and then what are we doing? Cat. What are we carrying? We are carrying x. Okay, for the system to remember x, we're doing $x. Okay, so let's see here. And then there is a done statement too. Okay, so this is for, do, and done. All these three things will go together. Okay, I think I have explained this. If we go to our notes in here, okay, here, this is what we're doing here. For a in, and then this is the script. Do this. What is it? What are you telling to do? Make a directory, and then done. For, do, done. You have to follow this prompt. You have to follow this um, syntax. It's called syntax. You have to open it for, and then it could be a could be anything. A, you could define anything. Over here we defined x. I'm going to come back here and say that it could be anything. Okay, and then done. So can somebody tell me what are we doing here? Okay, let me explain. Let me run this and explain it. Okay. Okay, what happened is, let me open another session. Duplicate session. It's the same server I'm logging into right now. Okay, don't freak out. Okay. Okay, what are we telling here is do ls first. Okay, so it's doing ls. And then what are we doing here is what is the output of the ls over here? When we do ls, what is the result of ls?
It's listing what is in the folder.
Exactly. So let me do ls-l. So it listed all these scripts here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. So what are we telling is for x, this is a imaginary number, letter, or whatever. For x is something which is imaginary. So what we are making this is each time this x is becoming one file, and then is gonna take this part of, when it does that ls, that means this one here, it will take this part. And when x becomes this, then we are running the command to cat it. Cat means read this file. So what is happening is from here to here we did the ls, then it becomes this part is at one moment it will be this first file. Okay, X becomes first file. Then what are we doing? We're reading this first file here, and it comes to here. And when it's done, then it goes to the second one, third, fourth, fifth. It's looping all through this here. So in the fraction of a second when we ran this, it had already looped through this here. It had looped through all these files here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's already carrying it. Can you see this? It's going so fast you can't even see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a directory. Okay, I have a directory name files, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move only one file in there, okay? Or CP. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to the loop, and then I'm going to say over here ls and then the folder name, right? Files. Did you get it? Did you get the idea? It's doing ls inside that folder. If you do simple folder ls, it's doing in itself here. But when you do ls, it's doing into the files folder, okay? So once we run this command here, it's going to cat only one file in there, okay? That's it. It went in there, and there is only one file which is basic in that in this folder here, which we defined in here, okay? We define ls, and then the result of the ls is from that file folder is only one file is there, so it's just reading one file. And if we have like more than two files, like the one we had is run level, right? We had run level file in there. So if you do ls files, run level file is in there, right? So how many files is going to read this time? Anybody?
Only one file.
No.
Now you have
Only two files.
basic and run level both.
Exactly. Because why is it running two files? See, this is a basic file and this is a run level file.
You choose two file. You name it.
We are telling it to do it here. We are controlling everything in here. We are telling it to do it here. If you would have said something else, okay, let me do something here.
You can do something. You can redirecting. Yes.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right. Can you tell me what will happen here? You got it, Bashar. Come on, say it.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
Yaqub, what will happen here when I run this command?
You're gonna remove the files.
Remove
Which
yeah,
file?
you will not see anything. You remove the this one, basic and run level.
Exactly. That means it's working for you. You are learning this. Okay.
So no result.
Huh?
I mean, you're not gonna get any result when you do it, correct?
We'll find out. Okay. See, I just did this here, right? There are two files in there. When I'm running this, let's see here. Oh, did I save it or no?
It's showing only the echo.
Did it delete the local files here? No, it did. Right, good. So over here, what you could do is, the reason it's not deleting is you have to tell the folder which folder is these files are in here, because the output is just the output and it is throwing on the display here, right? But if you want to remove the files in here, you have to tell this folder. Actually, you have to type rm over here. What is the command we are going to tell it to do it?
Remove.
Yeah, remove. So, but if you are running rmfnf, actually this won't work here for the loop, because we are deleting this. But if we say like and then what we could do is
No,
maybe
the way how you put it before, Zafar, it's take it because you put the echo before the scripting, so it work well. It works well before.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that show you only the echo. Doesn't take anything down.
But we try to remove the files here, but the files won't be removed because it's just trying to remove the whatever the output of this ls is. Okay, but if you really want to remove this, it doesn't work into this. It may work here, but it will take a lot more time here. But let's just stay with the cat here. Okay, what else we could do here? Okay, let's move away from trying to delete it. We could do this, right? So what will happen here? It will create a file name, new file. No such file or directory. Let's see here. All script ls for x in all script do cat, and then output of that file is going to go into file name new file. So we do have a file name new file here. Okay, let's cat it. Cat $x greater than. That's a good command, right? Is there any problem with that command?
I think yeah, because there is no use for the loop here for x2, the fourth one. We mentioned like for x in yeah. If you delete this, it doesn't make any difference.
No, you have to have this because we are reading the command and then we are directing it to the file name, this file here.
But where is the loop? You don't have loop here. It's only one option. You need the reading option, which is cat x, correct? Cat $sign x.
Yeah, but the output of the cat is going to the file instead of coming into the display here. First, make sure this is working. Mm.
My point here that you have only like the option already fixed. That's why the loop will not work.
Let's see here.
I don't know you.
What is the folder name? Files, right? Cat. Let's see if just this is going to work. Okay, this is working. So what we're gonna do is oh, did we had this? Unexpected. So when we do ls, this command is working, right? When you do ls files, it's telling basic files or not. And then whatever the output is for x in all scripts, dollar all do cat x. We ran this before, but it's not running now. I don't know why.
You didn't define X, Zafar,
What do you mean?
in the beginning.
Here?
Yeah, go up before all star. What X mean?
X means this for x in all scripts. So whenever it's running this, the x is becoming one of this, and then it's doing cat x. But if we do files, okay, okay, oh, maybe nothing is in there, huh? It's there. Cat $x. No such file or directory. But there is file and directory there, right? It worked little while ago, right? Did it? Yeah, it worked.
You close only by done, no FI or any other closing. Only done, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look here. For a, and then do $a, done. All right. We could do this too, right? It doesn't have to be X. It could be anything. For a in read $a. See, it's reading it. It's reading basic and it's reading this. Why is it not working? This didn't change. See, if we run this command here, right? If we run this command here, the command is working. ls, then the output for each file is but anyway, let's move away from this here. It's kind of slowing us down here. But anyway, you get the idea, right? But this one is working. If you have this is working. See, it's working. Okay, so
Just one. Could you try cat without the dollar sign? Cat A without dollar sign.
cat without $sign.
Yeah. Last before done.
Yeah, this is working. So you want me to do
No,
files?
It's yeah, exactly. Go down. Remove the dollar sign. Here.
It's cat, right? Cat. Did I put the cat in quotes? This didn't work either, right? No. All right, it's okay. We're gonna move ahead from this. So if you run into a problem like this, what you usually do is you talk to your teammates. Okay, I'll try to work during the weekend, see if I come up with that. Okay, so moving ahead, moving away from this, there is another statement type. It's called case. So what is case? Case is it matches the case. It's called case statement. Okay, let me save this. So it's a case statement is it will produce a menu when you're using this with a end user. It will produce a menu so that a user could choose from a menu, and then based on that menu, it will prompt the user or it will do the rest of the action here. So let's see how is that going to work. So CP, then template. You guys understood what I'm doing here, right? Whenever I type CP template, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just making sure all these initial things I don't have to do it because I did this on the template file. Okay, this is not part of a script here. And then I type case statement. So this is a demo of a case statement. Okay, so how is this going to work? So what we could do is let's create some echo output. Echo is nothing, right? You know that echo is like it's just the output. Then you type main menu. Okay, then you type echo. Then let's do it here, echo. I'm trying to. Okay, so you type in here, choose echo, and then a choice one. Choice one. So we're gonna have three choices here, okay? Okay, we have three choices here, okay? I'll explain you how this works here. then this one which comes up, choose 1, 2, or 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to do ask the user to put in their choice, okay, and then their choice is going to be choice is going to be variable. So what do you want to call this? Selection, okay. So they choose 1, 2, or 3, whatever they selected, they're going to put it in here, and then that becomes a selection. And then this is how we're going to open the case statement, okay. This is something specific to the bash scripting. Okay, by the way, what are we doing this? This is called a bash script. If somebody asks you in the interview, have you done the bash script? Yes. This is called bash scripting. Okay, so you know how you declare the if statement? Same way, you have to declare the case statement. How is this gonna start? It's gonna start with case, C-A-S-E, and you know how the if statement starts with if and ends with fi? So the closing statement for case is ESAC. There is no way around it. This is how it's gonna work. Okay, so what is the case? The case is whatever that case is, dollar, this is the selection here. So dollar, and this is how you declare it, okay? And 1, echo, you chose the first option. It's nothing but a good old echo. But you have to pay attention here. After this, you type a semicolon, right? But you have to type 2 colons here. Okay, then go to second one. And then the number 1, 2, and 3, you have to have this number 1, 2, and 3, a number, and then a closing bracket. Okay, you have to have this. Number 2, echo, nothing else. You chose the second option. Okay, and then third, echo, you chose the third option. Okay, and then the last one, you have to have asterisk and closing one. You could have at least one, and then the closing one would be asterisk, and then the closing parenthesis. I mean, 2, 3, 2 up until 100. You could have 100, and then the last one would be this one here. This is nothing but a if then else statement, but it's a little different how it works here. Okay, and then when you put in the number, anything other than the asterisk or anything out of this selection here, what you would type is, you say echo your choice is not valid, and then this is a closing statement. This is the format you have to have it. Then based on that, you could just change things around here, and you could change it around here. Okay, let's see if it's going to work. Okay, it's telling you choose one, two, or three. So let me type one, and it says syntax error. Ooh, what did I do? Hmm. Let me see if I have to type this in here. I thought I did. One, two, three. Hmm. It's not working again. So if it doesn't work, what do? You put in Google. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. So what I missed was I forgot to put in. Okay. All right. So I wasted 10 minutes, but that's okay. That's how it's gonna be. So normally what will happen is you will have we're gonna build upon on this, okay? So we'll try to write a big script doing multiple things once we are done with this here. But here's the idea is the case uses the number. Let me see. This one doesn't this may not be needed here, like a numbers in here. What it does is it will automatically go through choice 1, 2, 3. It will read through all this here when we have case in here 1, 2, 3. So what it is it's looking for numbers for you to put in the numbers here. Okay, so let's see here. If there is 1, 2, 3, if we type in 4, it's not gonna work. So choose 4, and it will tell you your choice is not valid here. So what is happening here is case statement is a declaration. It starts declaring you have to case, and then the input value is a variable, this one, and then you could have it in here. So you could have an echo statement here, or you could have a command too. You could put in commands in here for you to be able to run. Let's see if you could put a command in here, and then if you could run it here. Let's see. Oh. So in here, I'm gonna do ls. Choice 1 is ls. Let's see if that's gonna work. It's telling you to ls, you type 1 and it didn't work. Why it didn't work? Maybe I have to do this. It didn't work either. Okay, we'll worry about that later here. But the important thing is you have to use the numbers for the choice to be able to be working. You have a question? Let's put number 3 in here. You choose a third option. Number 4. Okay, other thing I'm going to point out is we are putting in numbers in here. At the same time, it's still taking numbers in here. Why is it taking? One of the other scripts we have, it was actually validating it. It was validating if it's equal to 1 or 2 or 3 or not before it's actually giving the correct statement, right? Why is it not doing that? Because of the case statement. Case statement is built into the bash script, which you could have like many choices in here, and then you could give 1, 2, 3 to 10 or 100, and then whenever you put that just one in here, it automatically validates this. But but the important thing is you have to put one or number and then the closing parenthesis here. You must use something like exactly like this, and then the statement. Okay, so over here you could experiment it here, and then you could start putting a lot of other things here and see if it's going to work. I think in here you could define a statement here. Like I was trying to do ls in here, right? So let's see if I could do it a different way. Mm,
$sign maybe, $sign ls.
uh, let's see here. I told you we could do ls, right? When doing like this. Okay, or when I put, you have to have these two semicolons here.
You have to use echo.
Semicolons.
No, I mean the echo. You have to use it or no? Is it mandatory for the echo?
Because we are not using ls at the starting point here. It probably is now, because since we have to use these two semicolons. We'll see if it's going to work or not. Okay, it worked. But let's see the way you want it here. You want to see if the echo is going to work. And let's see here. It worked, right? Yeah. So you don't have to have all that. Let's see, delete this, delete this, delete this. It's not working.
Because you didn't close it. Zafar.
Yeah, so you have to have this, I suppose.
The closing, yes.
Yeah. Choice 2, that comes up. Choice 3, that comes up. Then choice 1 is set to ls, and it's doing ls. No? Let's take a look. Then we have to put it in quote here. Okay, now it should work. Yeah. All right, you get the idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this back like this so that it looks better. Okay? Yeah, this should work too. Yeah, it's working. All right, the more you play around with this, the more fun is going to be. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll meet next time, okay? Any questions?
Zafar, just I have one question. When we will start like getting call from the recruiter and the stuff?
It's up to you. I'm telling you, you tell me you're ready with the questions or not.
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, so I'll share. I'm gonna share this today with the recruiter, and then you should get next week call.
Okay, so you mean like it's ready or
No, you work with the recruiter. He's gonna tell you that uh,
because
he's
I
gonna.
remember why I'm asking you last time you said this is very good time for the
Yeah, yeah.
job. I mean,
Before, I
that's
mean,
why I'm
you.
asking you.
No, I know. I mean, I want you to find a job and pay me. So, so if you're ready, all three of you are ready, then I'm gonna tell the recruiter to call you in this week, and he's gonna go through the questions and all that, and then you tell him to prepare the resume too. Okay?
Mhm. So that's good. Sounds good.
All right. So I'm gonna upload this document and then go through this, and then your best chance is if you get stuck somewhere, just Google it. Okay?
Thank you, Zafar.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good
Thanks.
weekend. Allah Hafiz.